Hello, I am Gamer of Hyrule, and I have been playing Legend of Zelda games for as long as I can remember. So today, I am going to play for you some of one of my favorite Zelda games, Ocarina of Time. This will be Ocarina of Time for the GameCube because I would rather not play it on my 3DS because then I could not get this video. Okay, let's get started. I will be going for the traditional name of Link to keep this traditional. I will be playing through when you beat the Great Deku Tree. There is a cutscene here if you would wish to skip to a little farther in the video. Okay, so now we will have to collect 40 rupees to go and see the Great Deku Tree. So that is what I am doing in the process right now. You also need to get the Kokiri sword, which to get, you come back here. There are some rupees in these grassy patches. And you just come up here. And inside this treasure will be the Kokiri sword. Ow! Ow. Ow. There is another blue rupee over here. And then I'm going to go back to the main area of Kokiri Forest. And if you target this rock and backflip, you will get a rupee. And to attach your sword, you have to go to your equipment and equip it. And then you can save if you would like. Okay, I am just going to get out of range. And then you go back into these grassy areas, and there will be some rupees there. You can jump over here and get 5 rupees. You don't have to do that. That is optional. And you can chop down here, and you might get a rupee. Or you can pick up some rocks. You can enter the shop, and there are 5 rupees behind here. And then when you go into a building there and come out, there should be more rupees in the grass. And now that I have 40 rupees, I can get the shield. So talk to this guy, and there we go. Then you can equip your shield. And then you can walk right outside of the building, and you will see Mito standing there. And just talk to him. And I will turn the volume down because there really isn't much except the Kokiri theme beyond this point. And there are some Deku Babas. And then talk to the Great Deku Tree. And again, there is a cutscene at this point, so you can skip ahead if you would like. So here we go, entering our first dungeon of the game. I will be going for the speed run, and there is a lot in this dungeon that I will skip. If you would like to see me make a complete walkthrough of the Great Deku Tree, leave it in the comments below. And I don't need that because there's just a map there. Okay, and there is a Deku Sprout here. You just deflect the Deku Seed with your shield. And follow them until they give up. And they will give you some wisdom that you need to complete the dungeon. But you do not have to defeat some of them, because I will tell you how to beat this dungeon. And there is my fairy slingshot, the first other weapon that you can obtain besides the sword and the Deku sticks if you're collecting them. And I am going to set this to one of my buttons. And to do this, I will use my button and hit the ladder. I'd say we are about a third of the way done at this point. And don't worry if you can't hit the Skulltulas when you first try, because I have been playing this game for 8 years. You do not have to get that chest. Inside that chest, I think the compass is in there. I don't know, I haven't played a complete Ocarina of Time walkthrough in about 3 months, I think. And now we're at the top layer of the Deku Tree. And there is some knowledge in this door over here if you want to spend your time doing that. Otherwise, just jump off one of these platforms. Guess I wasn't high enough. Let me try that one more time. But if you time it right, you should be able to do it on your first try. I am a little rusty with the GameCube because I don't play it as often. I play my 3DS. There is a gold Skulltula there. Ow. Now I believe to do this right that you have to roll completely off the ledge. I don't know why it's not working today. This is completely confusing me. And this may not be the most amazing walkthrough that you have ever seen because I am shooting this from my phone. I do not have an actual camera to shoot this with, and I guess I'm just going to do this because go. Over to the left there's a golden Skulltula in that hole in the side. Okay, let's try this one more time. I am going to try it holding a lit Deku stick this time. It might help more. Okay, it's not going to work, so yes, I was doing it right. And to take care of these, if you don't want to get hurt, you can stand from a distance and shoot them like this. Okay, third time's the charm. There we go. You have to land in the exact middle. Otherwise, the web will not break. And there is, I think, 2 or 3 golden skulltulas in this room if you want to collect the golden skulltulas. See, there's one right there on the grate. And you just light that fire, then use this. And as you can see, there is this raised platform. You jump on the raised platform. And then you can skip this. If you want to, it will tell you the combination for another room a little bit farther in the dungeon. And there's a switch down there. To hit it, you have to dive and hit the switch. I always missed that platform the first time. So don't worry if you don't get it the first try. Or even if this dungeon confused you and you couldn't get this far, don't worry. I could barely get this far when I was a little kid. So for all you newbies out there, keep trying at it and you'll become as good as me. That is another trick that you can do to make killing these skulltulas a little bit easier. Okay, this is going... There we go. Now I'm just going to take this Deku stick and light these. Now the room, if you remember, where I was telling you that you need a combination, this is after this room. You will need a combination of 3 numbers from 1 to 3 for a specific pattern. And there are these things falling from the ceiling. You don't have to mess with them if you hurry up. Then, just like in Kokiri Forest, there is one of these tunnels. Go through the tunnel. And you will come to this room, which is the first room from when you fell down from when you first entered the Great Deku Tree. Okay, we can now get up here. And now I am going to burn through that hole by jumping from this block and then rolling. And you will fall, there we go, right into some water. So don't worry. Okay, this is the room that I was talking about. The combination is 2, 3, 1. And the Deku Sprout that would have told you this information says the way to remember it is by remembering 23 is number 1. Now this dungeon is a little bit different because it has no boss key, and the other dungeons do. Well, not all of them. When you are young Link, the dungeons do not have keys, but when you are adult Link, the dungeons do have keys. And I mean boss keys. More or less, they do have keys. And now to start this fight with Queen Goma, look up. Now this boss battle is extremely easy. So all you have to do is hit her when her eye glows red, and then attack her with your sword. If you target her, this will make it much easier. When she's climbing on the ceiling, and her eye turns a different color, like again, red, you should be able to hit her with your slingshot. But if you take too long, these things will hatch, so don't give them time. So let's one more time. Now we have to hit her one more time, and then this boss battle will be over. There we go. It is much easier to do this on the 3DS because it has tilt motion controls, so all you have to do is move the system. But you can't do that with an N64 or a GameCube because it's plugged into a TV. It's pretty self-explanatory. And then you just walk over here, grab the heart container. Then go through the portal. Now the rest of this is a cutscene, so if you do not want to watch it, even though this is important knowledge, you can end the video now, or you can keep watching. And I would just like to say, subscribe, leave a comment if there's anything you would like to know. If you would like another video on any Legend of Zelda game, just comment, and then like this video. If I get this video to over 100 likes, I am going to do a video in Master Mode of the same thing. And then I'm going to do a side-by-side comparison. And this is basically explaining that there was a great war in Hyrule, and now this is explaining how Hyrule was created. The basic story of the three goddesses. And that is the story of Hyrule. It will be told many times throughout this game, so you do not have to watch those cutscenes as I play the rest of the game. Now, the visual effects for the death of the Great Deku Tree are much better in the N64 and GameCube versions of the game, and it doesn't show more or less this part in the 3DS version. It doesn't show him changing color or him actually looking like he's dead. I am now going to leave Kokiri Forest. And there we go, that is our first ocarina of the game, the Fairy Ocarina. And here we go, the Hyrule Field music plays as we enter Hyrule Field for the first time. And there is Kapora Gabora. So basically, he shows up throughout the game and gives you hints and tips. So I am just going to skip through this. And there you have it. That is how to beat the Great Deku Tree and get to Hyrule Field.